Hello MGTOWs, hello men, hello MRAs. We've talked before about the love addiction and the chemicals that were involved with this addiction, how we get addicted to wanting to have a woman around, and we've talked about the male mother need and just the need not to be lonely. And it seems to me that this is like a three-part process. The lonely part is something that's, it comes from in you. You have to find something yourself to take care of that. You have to find something in yourself that you like more than you like being led around by a woman. For me, that's easy. I like myself. I think I'm a great guy. I think I'm fun to be around. I try to find activities and garaging activities, men workshop activities. I have a couple of vans that I work on, and I do hobbies and stuff like that, and that kind of keeps me busy with that. Not thinking about, whether I need or don't need a woman around or, any of that stuff. It takes my mind off of that garbage that would, generally cost me money. Now, the other two parts of that is the male mother need. And I think that pretty much ended for me, somewhere around 30s, it's just something that's going to naturally go away after you, I do have children, so I took care of that need to reproduce and all of that. And after you step back after that, and it just becomes what's logical and what's not logical to do for your family and for yourself, and you start putting yourself in front of all of that. But the love addiction, that's the thing that's got most of us. It gets most of us really confused. We know about the chemicals and the bacterias that invade our body when you go around a woman and you start exchanging bodily fluids, and it becomes an addiction. And that them peptides or dopamines that your brain sends off that makes you feel good. And what are the signs of that? And I'd like to just kind of go over the signs and symptoms of addiction, and they're all the same. It's the same parts. It's the same parts of the brain. It's the same. It's the same chemicals doing, signaling. We have the blood-brain barrier, so most of these chemicals have to be signaled through the blood-brain barrier by neurons, and that's an electrochemical process, and that's what addiction is. And so I just kind of wanted to go over some signs of addiction and see if we can nail down. Like my last video was frustration from trying to help these guys, and it's like talking to a wall sometimes when you're talking to one of your friends about how he's addicted to that drug which is sex and female companionship, and how much better it is on the other side when you're not addicted and you're acting in manners that are cohesive to living and cohesive to moving forward in your life. And it seems sometimes that men are guilted by things that they see as selfishness. But I'll tell you what, man, there is one truth in this world. You cannot take care of somebody else unless you can take care of yourself. And if you have an addiction to sex and women and companionship and pussy begging and all that, you are not going to be able to take care of yourself. So don't even try to take care of somebody else. There's so many crossovers in alcoholism and narcotics and to the most part nicotine and alcohol and all of those things. So I'll just kind of go over if a person takes a substance and cannot stop. We see this in pussy beggars and pussy addictions. One of the signs of addiction is withdrawal symptoms. Do we see withdrawal symptoms when the man, if his dating experience ends and the woman takes off? We do see serious withdrawal symptoms. The body levels what's whatever substance, which in this case is sex and bacteria, go below a certain level, the patient has physical and mood changes and physical symptoms. There's cravings, bouts of moodiness, bad temper, poor focus, a feeling of being depressed, empty, frustrated, angry, bitter, or resentful. We see these all in addiction from females. There may be sudden increases in appetite, insomnia, common symptoms of withdrawal. In some cases, individuals may have constipation or diarrhea. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that is. I'm just kind of reading through these symptoms here now. Trembling, seizures, hallucination, and sweats. We don't see some of those. I think hallucination, trembling, you see that a lot when men experience breakups of this kind of addiction. Addiction continues despite health problems and awareness. Now, this is interesting. Even though these men know that they're making themselves sick, they're going to continue with these addictions. And they see themselves getting sicker and weaker and simping and all those behaviors, but they still continue this. Some men use this as social or recreational, social and recreational sacrifice. Now, we've all seen this. A man has a group of male friends that support his activities, and all of a sudden he's addicted to the female, and he starts coming around those men. Now, these men that he's, and this is how it works in life, man. These men that you've been spending your time with, these men that you hang around with, support your lifestyle. And sometimes they support your work lifestyle, your financial lifestyle, and many parts of life that come from these men. We group together and we interchange ideas, and we interchange thoughts. We assist each other when it comes to bad work relationships. We help each other through these things. These men are giving that up when they decide to run off with a woman and betray their friends, and we see this a lot. And then there's always the jealousy. Hey, were you looking at my woman? That sort of bullshit. Them are signs of addiction. Maintaining a good supply. Yeah, now we know when their lives become all about going to the bar, picking up the woman, doing this, taking her home, keeping those fresh towels, monogram towels, and the right furniture, the right look, the right car, all that. You don't need all that. What you need is a good car and a stable place to live, and you need to start saving and all that. But most of the money these men make are going to go towards their addiction, taking risk. Now, there's another one. How many times have you seen men take risks in some kinds of addictions? Individuals may take risks to make sure he or she can obtain his or her substance, such as stealing or trading sex for mugs and drugs and money. I don't know how much that is. While under the influence of the substance, addicts may engage in risky behaviors, such as trying to impress the girl, driving fast, or doing risky behaviors to impress her. We see that a lot. How many friends do you have that have gotten hurt trying to impress a woman? Dealing with problems. Okay, the addicted person commonly feels they need their drug to deal with any problem. How many times have we seen that? Oh, I'm going to run my problem through this female that has hypergamous intentions and has conscience by concern. The problems aren't going to go away because she's going to turn it into her problem and make something off of it. That's the way women do it. So his problems are building, and these problems are building. Obsession. We see a lot of obsession in these kind of men. Secrecy or solitude. They go away. They don't want to talk to their male friends. The group no longer. They don't want to deal with the group because they don't want to admit that they have a problem with this. Denial. Same thing. Excessive consumption. Yeah, they want to do it every single day. If they could, they would lay in bed with that woman every single day, every single hour of the day, and do that. And it's just an obsession. Dropping hobbies or activities with the men. How many times we had the Thursday night poker game going, or we had fishing activities. All that ends. They're giving up certain activities to do that activity. having stashes. Oh, having stashes. I don't know if you can stash women, but I do know a lot of my friends have 2 or 3 hidden out there around. I used to do that myself too with my addiction, my pussy addiction when I was younger. Taking an initial large dose, yeah, they want all they can get. I don't know about having problems with the laws, but I do know that men get in trouble trying to obtain finances and resources to impress the woman, and they will go out of their way to obtain more, and that could lead to some kind of risky probabilities with money, the IRS, financials. You'll drain your credit cards, or you'll run up your credit cards, or make some stupid decision, and that goes into financial difficulties. We see most men. I've seen men out there making $120,000, where I hear from their females that, oh, I could never live under $70,000. Most of us do that daily. An average MGTOW, and I got to tell you, if you're a MGTOW, you can probably live on $24,000, $25,000 a year really easily and have money in your savings. But when you have a woman around, $120,000, and I've seen it, I've done it in my life. I've had several years in my life where I made over $100,000, and that money just went up in smoke with those relationships. They will spend it, and you will spend it on them with your addiction. And relationship problems is the last one. I don't know if they keep moving on to next relationships, moving on to the next relationship. So there's a lot of crossovers when we MGTOWs talk about how the blue pill male is just addicted, and we've talked about this, and we talked about the biological addiction. We talked about the real physical part of the addiction with the bacterias and in the body. We've talked about the mental addiction. We've talked about the peptides and dopamines that are surge when you do these things, and it's all very, very similar to taking a drug, smoking some pot, playing gambling. You are gambling when you do this, and when we start thinking about this way, being kind to those people, being kind to those friends. This is what I do, and I try to explain to them, what they're doing, and it's like talking to a wall, and it's the same as talking to an addicted person. I often wonder what kind of detox I can do, some kind of mental detox. I can do the mental detox. I can do the physical detox by suggesting some herbs and stuff that I take that keep the bacteria levels down in my body. We can do that, and we can help out with a kind word, but what we really have to do is just keep dropping those MGTOW seeds, those seeds that you can do this on your own, and you can be much happier on your own, and you could have women when you want them, but you need to get rid of them when you don't want them around. And you need to have restraints on this. It's like drinking. I can have 3 or 4, then I need to find a ride home, or I can have 1 or 2 and I can drive home safely. I need to eat something with my addiction. I need to take care of my body if I'm going to drink, and it's the same thing. I need to take care of myself. You can't help anybody else if you're not healthy. And that's probably the message for today. You need to get mentally healthy. I need to get mentally healthy sometimes. It's so stressful out here. Life is stressful. And you're always going to have some kind of woman in your life making it more stressful. I have, daughters, sisters, friends. I have friends that stay with me here and there. They have a woman, and I have to start taking precautions against that, because eventually the woman's going to try some silly stuff with me, and I know that. I often get hit on by my friend's woman, and I don't say nothing, and I just push it away and say no. It's a no, stop, go thing at that point, and these precautions in your life you have to start taking. But that's a mature MGTOW. That's how a mature MGTOW deals with these things. we take care of ourselves. And that's all I wanted to talk about today, is that addiction and the 3 parts of it. And trying to tackle all 3 parts of that seems to be an impossibility sometimes, when you're talking about friends and men that come around and explaining things to them about what MGTOW is. And but like I said before, MGTOW is so new that there's no real solid written stuff out there. And I know Barbarossa is working on that, and Stardust is working on that. But I mean, it would be kind of really easy to kind of write down what we know right now about the addiction and what we know right now about MGTOW and being a MGTOW, and just kind of put that out there in a small pamphlet form or something, or a book. And we see some of the stuff. These are the things you should do when you're a MGTOW. Cut the risk and add quality to your lives. But someday there will be a book, MGTOW for men, and I would like to think that all of us, each one of us, add a little part of that, and we'll work on that. We got a lot of things to work on in MGTOW, but that's all I wanted to talk about today. And happy trails today, men. And it's a really nice day. I was going to go to the park myself today and do some stuff. I was out running around all morning for the van and in the van, and work's done, and here we go. You guys have a good day, and thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to my viewers. Thanks a lot for the discussion. Most of my topics come from the viewers. When we start talking, it presents intelligent counter views and views of it. So of MGTOW and what we need to do, and I appreciate it. I appreciate every one of my viewers. Thanks a lot for everything you give me, MGTOWs.